What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Congratulations, you've made it to another weekend. This is the finish line to the weekend, the Friday edition of your show, right here on YouTube. And still, as far as we know, the only live show Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. in Saskatoon. And we are so damn proud to be able to say that and to be a part of this incredible city and community. And thank you to you for joining us. We also love to make up categories that we are number one in on YouTube. And for today, we are number one in the category of a show that kicks off with a camera that focuses on a dog. And not only that, the dog is out of its spot. Let's see what we're talking about here. Number one until, oh no, there it is. So there, yeah, come on, girl. Hit that there. Ooh, we got a half eye. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Maggie Cam. Proudly brought to you by our fantastic friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle, along with Maggie's beautiful boyfriend, Leroy, always there to give you the greatest experience of your life the second you walk through the doors at Pet Planet on 8th Street. As well, weekends and after hours, Kirsten, Shar, and Chris are there to make sure you get that exact same level of excellence that you've come to expect from our fantastic pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Look at that face. Margaret, what do you think?
I'm cramping.
Okay, we better let her go. This is the magic you get when you go live, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we make sure we do this each and every weekday, because we want to make sure that it carries over the edge, what's the term I'm looking for? The unexpected can happen at any time. Kind of like this. Network Ryan shows up every now and then, but he doesn't come on the camera until now. Network Ryan! Couldn't even get a walk-up song on that one. Hold on, Phenom, go back to camera 3. We didn't even say hi to Phenom on the ones and twos today. Check it out.
Oh, there.
Still only a hand.
Yeah.
It's so weird, man. That's like the hardest hire ever, hey? It's like, do you still need, like, do you need to be covered with the WCB? Because you're just a hand, man. You only have, like, 8 bones.
No, your hand has lots of bones.
Little ones.
Yeah, but they still count.
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody's little bone counts.
If he breaks, like, anything on his body, he's toast. He's just a hand.
We didn't test my mic, and I was just screaming at everybody, so I hope that I'm not blowing out any eardrums or, like, blowing speakers in anybody's car that are listening.
And I was showing off earlier to you because I was so excited about a new show we got coming in, Uncle Grandma's Story Time. I did a bunch of work this morning, putting intros and extras together. And the only thing you noticed was when he impersonated his buddy yelling at him. You're like, oh, he can't do that. He's screaming in the thing. It's like, dude, that's what you took from all this? Like, I've been grinding on this one, bro.
Hey, listen, as a coach, a dad, yes, a co-worker, a all leader of men.
Ooh, Nickelbacking again. Be careful.
Yeah, I very much do the best job that I know how to make sure I'm encouraging and listening, not just dumping all over everybody. But you know what? You looked like you needed to get dumped on today, so
I was riding pretty high.
Today was your day.
I was very proud of all the work I got done, and you just threw it in the garbage.
Just right into the garbage.
Perfect. How are you doing? People might have noticed you walked up here.
I did walk. Yeah, the last time I was on.
First walk up since the big incident?
I've done a crutch up.
Ah, yes.
Maybe. I feel like I've crutched up to Commander Cookout a lot.
Yes, you have.
I don't know if I've crutched up to your show a lot.
This is interesting. Well, you don't need to now, which makes me very excited. How's that steel rod in your tib?
Still lots.
Is it tib or fib?
Tib. Technically, I did break both of them, and I did get a rod kind of drilled and inserted into my tibia. Yeah, pretty gross.
Lots of way they're doing things, man.
Well, it never has to come out. There's nothing on the outside of my bone except for like a couple little screw heads.
Hardware. You're doing good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for you.
Had a physio follow-up. Shout out to Zone Physiotherapy and Sports Services. They're great.
Do they pay YTV for using the name?
I don't know.
I wonder.
I don't know.
I feel like YTV would have cornered the market on the use of the name, the Zone.
Zone, yeah.
Zone anyway.
I know that if Zone wanted to pay anybody for some very affordable advertising, they can go to dufferinav.com.
Baked
Hey?
in. Baked in. This is the magic that we talk about. This guy knows what's up. Do you want to throw it up? Oh, I didn't even have to say it. I want to guess like a fun little jingle. I always make one up when we do this. It's something like DufferinAv.com. Holler at your boys. DufferinAv.com. They'll make you happy. DufferinAv.com. And they don't charge any money except maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that last part. Very important to your good friend Ryan.
And well, the money part, yes.
Yeah.
And for both of us, because I'm of the like mind that everyone here is getting comfortable, no one's getting rich, and you're the like mind of yes, but I'd still like to be comfortable.
Oh, yes.
And you keep us guiding, which is important. My
Yes,
dad always says, you don't talk about the money like that, son. Money is very important. I say, yes, Dad.
You know what Uncle
But when-
Brando calls money?
Oh, this will be good.
Excitement.
With the hand
Excitement
sign.
with the hand motion. I think he's even done it on your show before.
He has.
Yeah.
Numerous
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
And with, because Dad understands he's a businessman.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And he knows what it takes to run a business, so he doesn't want me to devalue what we're doing. So I have to explain to him, well, Dad, the thing is, and the reason I bring this up is because in a advertising market in this city, no one's done what we've done before. And that allows us to do it differently, which means instead of paying 15 people between you and the business, you pay the business. There's one person between us, and that's how you take out all the thousands of dollars that are in between. Then you end up with an actual reality, something that you could actually accomplish because it's within your budget. And that's what we do.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, we always do a curtain jerk when I come on, right?
I just love how you're using.
I
Was I
love-
the first one to introduce you to the curtain jerk?
I think so.
Yeah. Uncle Brando must have at some point because he's the other wrestler in house here, but it's a wrestling term.
Yeah, I suppose it was probably Uncle Brando, but really, I just like that it's like us ripping open like a
right.
bathrobe and being like, "Look at us! This is what we're all about."
They call it the gorilla position in honor of the late great Gorilla Monsoon. And
I was
it's-
thinking of gorilla something when I opened my bathrobe. Holy smokes!
it's a trim.
We are talking about different things.
But that's what they talk about. That's where curtain jerking came from because they pull back the curtain and then in gorilla position, that's where like Vince McMahon
Positions?
and Triple H and all those guys would be back and they would be telling everyone calling like into the matches and stuff. It's very cool.
Do
So
you
it's,
mean like
behind the scenes.
gorilla, like guerrilla warfare, or do you mean like
Brando will get this.
a
No.
giant silverback gorilla?
I mean it like this. Listen here, gorilla. That gorilla. That's Jesse the Body Ventura, by the way.
Yes,
Shout out
yes,
to the
yeah.
governor.
Yeah, I ain't got time to bleed. That was him in Predator.
So good.
Yeah, very
So
good
good.
movie. One of my first Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. No joke. Predator.
Also a great Austrian death machine song.
Predator?
No.
Or Schwarzenegger.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yes, also a
Very
good
good.
line from that movie. But
Yeah.
the curtain jerk, the reason I came on
Yes.
is to talk a little bit about advertising opportunities with them and a couple of like the new products that we got coming up. I call them products, but what they are is
Don't worry, I'm just trying to get out of the frame.
oh yeah,
okay.
yeah. Some hand didn't change that
Hey,
camera.
don't
angle.
blame the hand. Don't blame the hand. I'm on it. You keep going. You're on the roll.
Well, what I was going to say is Dam's got a few advertising opportunities or slots open, and we've got a few new products that we'll be introducing over the next month or so. One with a Miss Emily May, who is in development right now with Gary and our good friend Dragoon, who's sometimes on the ones and twos.
You got a new name. Crab Dragoon.
I hope
No, she didn't, actually, which is funny.
And we want to showcase local businesses. We've touted ourselves as being the ultra local and the people who actually give a crap about business owners in Saskatoon. And
There you go. That sounds good.
well, yeah, to give it a crap about business owners in Saskatoon because we've been, and without sounding super mystical, we've been touched and lucky and fortunate and blessed and whatever to be a part of some really great organizations that believed in what we do.
Yeah.
And it's starting to work and it's starting to become fun and successful. And we want to be able to showcase it more. And how we do that is through our unique approach to content creation and advertising And Emily May is going to kind of kick that off with us as she goes around to some local businesses. And like you see at the bottom of your show, the banners, if you're watching the YouTube videos, those are all our partners and our other shows and our other podcasts and products, I call them, that we do. So that's what I wanted to come on and talk about.
It feels so weird to think that we're only 6 months in, hey?
Well, it's like 7 now, but
6.5.
sure.
We did start, I'll never forget, April 5th was our first one.
5th?
April
4th.
5th. April 5th.
April 5th?
We
You
had
going
a
to get a tattoo?
we had a God, no. We had a strategy meeting to figure out the best date and time, and April 5th at 7 p.m. It's burned into my brain because that's when I touched this mic.
Stop
I was
that.
trying not to cry. Sorry.
Stop
It was
that.
a reenactment. I apologize.
Yeah.
But that was when we started learning about crutches and what it's like to be on TV instead of radio.
Yeah, I learned a lot about
whole
crutches
lot.
over the last
Yes.
month. We are talking about different things.
You definitely
Yeah.
did that. So
Yeah, the difference.
covered that very
the
well.
difference between being on radio and TV, we actually talk about lots because, like, I'm a big time consumer of YouTube content and short and long form video content online, digital media, versus your background in like broadcasting and advertising through radio, traditional means of radio in a local market. And just kind of the differences in how you approach content, the pace of it, how you advertise it. So I really like that kind of stuff. So it's exciting for me to say to local businesses, restaurants, real estate agents, fitness enthusiasts and professionals and teachers. And like, I'm trying to think of all of the different people we've had on, right?
And not just that, the people that have reached out too. That's the
Yeah.
other interesting thing. The reason I bring up it's only been 6.5 months is within that time we went from having to explain to people who ask about what we do to people coming to us, seeing what we're doing, noticing the changes that we're, like, dare I say, to sound braggadocious, but the changes we're making to this new dynamic of content creation as we transfer and transition into a new world where nobody has set any, it's the Wild West. No one's set any laws out here.
There's a new media landscape.
That's the one.
You know what's interesting is I was just talking, not about media, it was about travel with a lady at my son's hockey.
Nice.
Talking about going to Mexico, and she's talking about going to Disneyland with her whole family of like 16 kids, and the way that people travel. Okay, so you and traveling in Canada is a freaking racket because there's two major carriers, and they just charge you whatever you want, whatever they want. And so some little guy comes on and he's like, "I'm gonna make it too," and then they just buy them out and charge us more, right? So the way that people travel is changing. Everybody wants the convenience of just a carry-on and a personal item, and they get on the plane and they get off the plane. No worry about your luggage being stolen, dropped, wrecked, damaged, whatever, right? But because everybody does that, now there's no room in the overhead compartment. So you have to pay for your carry-on now. So people are checking bags, right? So there's like that back and forth. All of a sudden, I just flew to Toronto last month or a couple weeks ago, and I booked Ultra Basic.
Hey, that's like me.
I couldn't, Ultra Basic. Yeah.
And as a whole, as a person.
I couldn't carry my bag or wheel my suitcase because I was on crutches.
Yes, you were.
So I just stuffed my backpack and everything into my suitcase and checked it and paid for the checked bag fee, but I didn't have to pay the more expensive flight bill because I didn't have a checked bag. And that's what they want, to keep their employees engaged and loading and doing all the stuff. Give me the cheap flight. Don't give me the carry-on, right? And that's kind of the next step in travel.
Yeah.
Just like we are the next step in, I don't want to call us ultra basic, but we are ultra affordable because there isn't like this huge kind of machine that we have to keep rolling on ahead and smashing over forests and buildings to keep above water, right?
Yeah,
it's just us, and we want to.
You say it so well.
Well, we just want to work with local businesses because it's actually fun.
Yeah.
As I just accidentally kicked the dog.
She's all right. She's a tough gal. She didn't even wake up. Look at her. She's just chilling.
It's fun. It's exciting. And I wanted to extend that out there to anybody, any of the local businesses that I've either heard about Dufferin Avenue, DAM, I call it, or who've heard through the grapevine, who've seen our content, who want to share if you don't have the means or you don't have a local business that can work with us, but maybe friend, a family member that does. That's what I wanted to come on and say.
Yeah, and as well, we're already seeing this, the growth where people are coming to us. So like the earlier you get in with this sort of idea that we're creating and becoming a part of this team, the better off we all are, because at some point, once it gets busier and once, we start really growing, we're going to have to start going through, changes in how we do things and all that. And it's going to be a whole different thing. So I want to make sure we get all of our people that we really want here right now. So as a team, we can grow.
Yeah. What did I say to Emily May today? I said, if we're not constantly uncomfortable, we're not growing. And I said, that's some lobster talk, right? Because we're always feeling like we're pushing the upper limit of our shell and then molting and exposing our underbellies and then growing, right?
And that's what lobsters do?
Yes.
Dang.
You can shut up.
Hey. Well, good chirp, crab dragoon.
Yeah,
well done.
Good chirp.
Sorry, lobster dragoon over there today.
Yeah, and I'm excited, and I've learned so much, not just about like the kind of the back end, like the curtain jerk side of it, but watching like Bamford and Co podcast. When I sit there, when I edit it, or when I watch the
you
finished
and I are
product,
right in there. Yeah,
it's like, man, that's what I didn't know about like the Saskatchewan housing market at the time I built my house. Freaking wish I knew that then.
Right? That's almost a negative side, because you learn all the things you missed out on that you should have done when you were doing the real thing. Yeah,
exactly. And hearing about Pet Planet on the Maggie Cam.
Pet Planet on 8th Street.
Pet Planet on 8th Street.
Yes.
And links to all their stuff is in our show notes.
She's like, I love them so much.
When I go there and it's like, oh, I know that these people actually appreciate what I'm doing. They don't know that I'm me. I just walk in and like buy dog food and dog treat and then leave. Because I've never met any of them in person, because they're your friends. But
every time I go in, Mike always says, "We love what you're doing. Keep it up. It's great. People love it. Like, it's fantastic."
I just sneak in and pretend I'm nobody.
Yeah, that's what I would like. I get it. That's what I do everywhere I go. I'm horrified at the thought of having to talk to anybody, which is so sad.
It's so I was gonna say, it blasts my mind.
Yeah,
it blasts my mind every time that I hear that from you, because you're actually
guy.
good at talking to that. Or talking to people. We recorded a little bit of a commercial. Here's another curtain jerk, hey? And I'm making Gary do like, let's do it again this way. Can we do it again this way? This is the vibe that we need to have. And he's like, being like my old boss, man. Oh, here comes my anxieties. And I'm like, Gary, it's okay. He's like, yeah, I know.
Hey, I love everybody. That's the point of this story. I love everybody. That's good. Before we head out, we're going to talk to our next guest on a previously recorded segment who we just talked about. But this weekend, something very, very cool is going on in the studio. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Go ahead, take it away.
We have to organize a bunch of the tables a little bit differently, because
I forgot about the work that came along with the excitement.
Yeah, welcome to my life, Gary. That's all I ever do is think about the work that goes along with yours and Uncle Brando's excitement.
That's why you're here, buddy. That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. But we are recording the season finale of Commander Cookout's Sidewalk Slam. It's super nerdy Magic the Gathering gameplay content with our friend Thomas.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Who was on the show last week.
The star, by the way. He stole the show.
Yeah, he does steal lots of stuff.
He's the best. I love Thomas.
And our friend that we don't like, Jesse. I'm just kidding. We love Jesse. He's our longtime friend that has never been on the show yet. First time ever. Everything on the internet's true, Uncle Brando. He said, don't lie to the internet.
The green room's hot today.
Yeah, but our friend Jesse and Thomas are going to be coming onto Sidewalk Slam. We're going to film it right here.
We're going to get an actual Magic card game and going in here. I'm really excited.
And it's so fun. We utilize the ceiling camera that we use when Matt Young comes on and does his video game tech talks.
And Slice by Slice with Asher.
Those are tons of fun. And man, we're just going to...
I'm pumped for it.
Play some Magic.
Hey, who sponsors the Sidewalk Slam Season 2 finale?
Our good friends at Pile of Bones Brewing Co. in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Are they the second best thing to come out of Regina?
They are, next to our good friend Keel, who's never been. Maybe for Season 3 that we're gonna start planning, Keel is gonna be on the show.
I feel like as the producer of the show, I know more about Keel than anything else. Just because all the mentions of, this beer is incredible, but have you seen this guy?
I got to teach you how to produce the show, I guess, eh? Oh, man.
You got to teach me a lot of things, bro.
Maybe we'll have Keel on season 3 with his friend Peter.
As long as
And we call him PP the DD
PP the DD.
because his initials are PP and he's our DD
DD.
when we go out to the bar.
It's a great line.
PP the DD.
PP the DD. Very well done. Anything else you want to get out there, sir?
Just my PP the DD.
Keep that under the table, please,
Yes,
and
sir.
no Maggie Cam for the next little bit. As we continue, Network Ryan, everybody, don't clap or give him an acknowledgement.
I'm just going to wheel out. My leg hurts.
Phenom, why don't we go ahead and check in with a special lady that we were just talking about. It's Friday, and that's good news. And we have even more good news for you because our friend Emily May is here. What up, bro?
Hello.
Welcome back. How have you been?
Good. I'm back, so better. Things are great, obviously.
I always enjoy when inflections rise like that. That's one of the first things they teach you in broadcasting school, which I think you'll know, is the importance of inflections. If I always finish my thoughts going up like this, it's like I'm putting question marks on them. So you have to like break them up. So you'd say, when I talk like this, the idea is to put a question mark at the end. Yes, it is.
That was a great lesson. It's Friday, but we all need to go back to school. And there we go. We just got schooled by Gary. So
No, we didn't. It made no sense. That's the best part, is that if you do it with confidence, someone will say, yeah, that sort of does add up.
And do you know what? It did make sense. Because was it a question?
Hey, yes.
Wow, this has been definitely Friday conversation.
Welcome
though, right
to
now.
Inflections with Emily May on your show. I'm so happy to have you back.
Thank you.
And Network Ryan and I talked a little bit before this about how we are starting to branch out to businesses and organizations and places where we can go and be seen and heard outside of the Dufferin Avenue Media Network studios inside the Sonner Concrete Services Clubhouse. It's a very long name, but I'm getting good at saying it, so I'm like, yeah, I nailed that one. Shout out to our friends in SCS, one of the many that are already on board with this thing that we're doing. Now, we've had numerous talks in-house as we get to set to sort of bring you to the forefront with this new venture of leaving outside the studio and showcasing businesses and showing people what goes on behind the doors and introducing you to the owners and the employees that work at those places. The importance of stuff like this, the sort of changing of the guard as far as advertising goes. How do you feel about this idea that we've all sort of come together? Obviously, I know you agree with it and you're excited for it, but the value this can bring to places.
I think it'd be really good because you go into a store and a lot of times you see the final product and you're like, oh, that's great. But you don't see how it's made, how it's done. And you tune into your show how it's made. But guess what? That's worldwide. That is not a local Saskatoon-based focus of what are you buying, what's local, what is it? So I think if we can get in there, kind of get a little behind the scenes, kind of show off how it's done, and then also go to the final product, I think it just shows how much work people, local businesses and people put in to make their product that they want you to have. I think it just shows that it's a beautiful thing. It's a
Dude,
beautiful thing.
that was above and beyond anything I expected you to say. What you don't know at home is that there was no practice there. That was a legit, real, honest question. I threw it at her, thinking, okay, let's see how this goes. And you nailed it, dude. That's exactly.
you.
And to use a show that I love so much, how it's made on TV, like it's so interesting to see, like you say, the behind-the-scenes stuff, that cool stuff that no one really talks about, and then to get to know the people that are doing it, right? Like that's the other big thing, and to have fun. Like you're a really fun person. You're out there. You're doing a lot of really cool stuff. And to bring that fun sort of to businesses along with us, it's just another layer of something that no one else provides around here.
Absolutely.
And hyper-local. Have you ever heard that term before?
I have, but would you mind redefining it for me?
So it's been the rally cry for stations, I'll say, across the world. Everybody wants to be hyper-local. And basically what it is showcasing everything in your city. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's being hyper in the local scene. And I'm trying to figure out what does hyper, because when I think of hyper, I think of too much energy drinks. I'm like, oh, I'm hyper. But I guess that sort of is the idea, is you're putting that into it. Exactly. Into being local and showing people, yes, this is your neighbor, this is your buddy, this is your friend, this is a guy you heard about. This might be something you've been looking into. And then we come in and help out with that. And I think that's very, very, very cool. I also want to sort of start a How It's Made show here.
I think that would be cool. This could be our slow way into
This is
it.
what I'm thinking,
Yes.
see? So we could go in And basically, it would be like a local How It's Made
It
show.
would be.
You blew my mind twice already today. I don't know if I'm ready for that. It's Friday. We just put together a chair. I was in the office for about 4 hours this morning doing promo stuff and putting a new show together, which we're very excited about, intros and all that stuff. And so once I get to this point of the day, it's just like the brain's gone. You know, it's like you're at the end of that big shift you put in at work, and it's like, ooh. But I think we did pretty good.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. So I think what we're trying to say is if you have a cool business that you're like, I wish people could see what goes on and how we make our product.
Yes.
Just like some we have on the table here that you may recognize or think, wow, I would love to see how that would be made. Maybe come be a part of it, the Dufferin Avenue Media Network.
Yes, hit us up.
And we can just
Contact.
get you on our podcast.
We got an email. It's contact@dufferinav.com. You can also head to dufferinav.com and hit us up through there and let us know what you want to do and how you want to do it. A lot of people around these parts have been doing that already, and thank you to all of them. We really, really appreciate you reaching out, and we look forward to working with you. We also want to help more people. I say it all the time, and it's so hard for people to believe because it's so rare in the world we live in today. But this place isn't about money. We are here to get comfortable. No one's here to get rich. We're not here to rip anyone off, and that's our biggest value. And like half the battle is telling people that and making them believe you because it's just not a normal thing that businesses or people do. But for us here, your happiness is the value we're looking for because then that makes us happy. And then if we're happy and you're happy, guess what? People around us are happier, and that's how you make the world a better place. That's all we want to do.
I think we need to just have a quote page of quotes from Gary Nickel and
never.
just write it down. Quoted
No.
October 18th, Gary Nickel.
I just speak from my heart, dude.
We're
That's
trying
it.
to make the world a better place.
That's all we want to do. It mostly comes from being scared to leave the house, to be honest. Every time I leave the house, something or someone or, anything can just throw you off, be it drivers or pedestrians.
Yeah.
No one paying attention and nobody smiling. There's no happiness when I leave the room. When I'm in here, everyone's happy all the time. And I want everyone to feel that.
Yes.
So.
And I will say, I had to leave my house to come here, but totally worth it because it is very cool here. And like you say, it's almost unbelievable. When I first heard of this place, I was a bit skeptical as
Everyone
well. I
is,
was
yeah.
thinking,
It's hard.
who would do that? Who would help me out? Who would help people out? Who just wants to be there to make people happy?
I say it all the time.
Yeah.
It's because I've tried numerous times on my own, and it just hasn't worked out as far as life goes. So I've learned that instead of chasing the so-called dream of like the big job and the family and the home, it's like, no, that's not for me. I know that now after 3 tries. It's not going to work for me. So why not take the time I have left and just help all of my other friends so they don't go through what I had to go through? That's the idea.
And that's a beautiful thing.
It's a
Gary.
rehab facility, man. This is what we do.
Thank you.
No, and I don't need any of the praise. That's the other thing, because I think by now, I hate stuff being about myself. The fact I just said I like 10 times in the last 2 minutes, like, hurt my soul, but I understand that it has to be said so people truly understand what we're trying to do.
Exactly.
It's kind of wear it. You're like, oh, I guess I'll talk about myself for a second, then just get out of it. So
Okay, no more Gary talk. We're moving on.
we will
But
move
if you
on.
want to be his friend or my friend or our friend, reach out to the Dufferin Avenue Media Network because
Yes.
it's a lot of friendliness.
That's a great way of putting it.
And candy.
Lots of candy and drinks.
Lots of candy and drinks.
Yeah, a lot of sugar going through here.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
Very well said. Keep your eye out for this young lady as we make our way out of the studio into your business. Hit us up at contact@dufferinav.com or head to dufferinav.com and let us know where you're at, what you're doing. And help us help you, I think is the line, hey?
Oh, I love
Help us
that.
help you.
Gary Nickel, October 18th, 2024.
Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
Emily May, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic job. Again, very fortunate to have her on board and be a part of this team as we're halfway through the Friday edition of your show, the best one, dare I say. Now you got me talking like him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got two guys here. One is the co-host of the Commander Cookout podcast, along with Network Ryan, who you just saw earlier. The other, the co-host of the Viewing Room with LB. When you put them together, you get this.
One full host.
One full host.
Hey.
I don't know. I froze there, man. I was like, man, there's got to be something funny I could say about it. I was like, no, I missed it.
No, I know.
Welcome, boys.
Two
Hello.
co-hosts.
The Friday Roundtable. First off, We're going to grieve our errances like it's Festivus in here.
That is correct. I am very upset that Dragon is not Cora.
And I'm very upset that Cora is not Dragon.
What?
I love hardcore, but I also love this guy, man. He's my little crab dragoon. Look at him.
I don't understand this whole crab rangoon. That's
Dragoon,
food, right?
I don't get it. Either.
It's an actual like meal. It's like crab done ragoon.
Like
But I thought
pasta?
you were
Is
talking
that like
about-
crab pasta.
So you're saying
not
Ragoon
sure.
or Dragoon? Because the
Ragoon.
Dragoon's like Kane in Final Fantasy IV.
So-
Jump attack with the spear.
Dragoon.
Dragoon.
Crab dragoon.
So he's a crab that jumps really high? What are we doing here?
Two minutes
pretty
in and I have an aneurysm. right now.
We're on the right track.
Yeah, it's Friday, baby.
It was said by someone the other day, and I thought it was so unbelievably funny. And then it made me think about the actual meal itself, and I should have looked it up. There's something with crabs.
It's crab rangoon.
Is that what it is?
Does that mean I have crabs?
that's
I
the
don't have
food.
crabs.
I hope you don't.
Well, I hope you don't get them. And
Yeah.
if you do get them, there is a special shampoo for it. No kink shaming in the nation or in the network, and we're not. We wouldn't make fun of you. I take that back. Everybody who isn't me would probably not make fun of you. I, on the other hand, will be merciless.
I didn't want to get too into it.
I would never be able to play Smash with you again because I would just the whole time be just like this.
Going.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dragon's been perfecting an impression that I've been trying to get him to do, and he did it right before we came on. That's why I was losing it, laughing. And I don't know if he'll carry it over or not, but it was really fun.
No, I can't do
we're
it.
not- you don't
It's
have to.
so
I just-
bad. Oh,
I said you're like our own little version of Shane Gillis when it comes to impressions.
yeah. Was
Yeah.
It good enough? Was it good enough?
It was good. He's going to keep working on it, but one day we're going to get him to do his Donald Trump because it's great.
Is that who that was?
so unfair. So unfair. No, now I want to do it just out of anger. No,
Don't do it. Save it.
No, because one day I'll come in with like full makeup. We'll do
That's what
like
I'm
one
saying.
of those like lotion tans, and I'll make sure I have the next few days off so I
Yeah.
can hide in my room. But like,
Oh man.
You know
Full
what I mean?
full gimmick, all in.
yeah,
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I put that like tanning gunk on my hands? I thought it was lotion. So I was all proud of myself. I was like, I'm finally putting lotion on my dry hands. Everybody's gonna be so proud of 30-year-old Brando. And then like I was looking at my hands like, what the hell happened? And then I went to work and I showed it to like the ladies in the newsroom and I'm like, what the hell happened to me? Am I allergic to this lotion? Brando, that wasn't lotion. It was probably like bronzer or whatever the hell that shit's called. And I was like, oh man.
that's too.
And it was like you could see like all the areas where I'd like scrubbed it really good in there around the knuckles.
Did it
to make
work
sure-
on the dry skin?
No. All it did was make me brown. Like
That doesn't seem fair.
man, is
But at least your hands looks tan. That's pretty
but,
sweet.
yeah, up to like right here.
Ah, it's
I
like
couldn't
we're-
even hide it under my shirt
like-
sleeves because I refused to wear long
Because
sleeves.
you not have like worn gloves.
I was gonna say, or do you just say they're like tan gloves?
Oh, I should have just worn gloves. I could have worn like
tan
those
glove.
like the fingerless gloves, been all cool.
Like the
in 80s.
motorcycle gloves, yeah. And
Yeah.
then you're like, yeah, I'm into motorcycles now. I definitely didn't accidentally tan myself.
That'd be sweet.
Oh, I wish I'd have thought it. Where were you when I had
Probably
weird
down the
tan
hall.
hands? Probably was down the hall. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so Dragon, aka Crab Dragoon, co-hosts the viewing room, and you guys dropped the best, and I'm just gonna continue to say because I've been adamant about this point since the very beginning. The '89 Batman from Tim Burton, the best Batman movie of all time. I know Christopher Nolan made a couple about, I know Heath Ledger did a little bit of really sweet acting and all that, but nothing touches the OG as far as movies go.
Okay, well,
The review, my friend. What did you think of '89's Batman? Give us a little mini viewing room.
okay. Well, first of all, I think it's a fantastic movie. Now you could argue Adam West or whatever beyond that.
Yeah,
is
that's
more
TV.
OG, but,
Those are TV
That's right.
stuff.
But
No, they did a movie. It was good.
Okay, well, not a movie release in the movie. Wasn't it just like a long episode?
No, it was a movie.
Okay, fine.
I am in the boat of the people who do
Logistics.
think, like The Dark Knight is the best Batman movie of all time.
Here we
like
go.
Heath Ledger.
And hold on, do you feel that way because Heath Ledger literally like started a path to his death because he was so committed to that role?
I don't think that is what makes the movie exceptional in my
Well,
opinion.
no,
but
it
I do
speaks
think
on-
his
it's-
performance is.
It speaks on how good he
fantastic.
was, right? That's what I mean.
Yeah, I do think his performance was fantastic and among the best. And I know, Jack Nicholson is a good Joker, and I
So
know you
good.
love him. I do think Heath Ledger, in my opinion, just maybe played the role a little bit better, and it maybe holds up a little bit better. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah. Well, it's a totally different thing. For sure.
it's completely different,
Yeah.
and it feels hard to compare them because we're talking about what, like a 30-year difference?
Oh, yeah.
No, not that drastic, but
Damn near,
pretty-
dude.
20,
Damn
20
near.
to 20 to 25, whatever.
Yeah.
It's
It's a long time.
It is a big difference in terms of budget and what they had available in technology. And yeah, I do think Michael Keaton Batman is fantastic though.
So good. And you
It's a
weren't
great
around.
movie.
You weren't around when it came out. That's getting close to the impression there. You weren't around when it came out, obviously, and we were. And
Yeah,
you go to McDonald's, you go to the video store, everywhere we went, you were Batman. Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
was forced into our brain. We
Oh,
have the
yeah.
trading card. I still have the trading cards in my house right now.
So
Like,
awesome.
It's incredible. It fully immersed us, and that's how it became such a monumental juggernaut in the film world of Batmen, if you will, because that was our time, just like this one was your time.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think most of the performances hold up really well too. I think Michael Keaton's a great Batman.
So good.
And I think I don't know how good he plays Bruce Wayne in my opinion. I feel like
Oh, dude.
they could have done stuff better in my opinion.
Why don't you go ask Vicky Vale how good he was?
Okay, that's so.
Vicky Vale.
I'm trying to organize my
Great
thoughts here because we haven't talked about it. In
No,
like a
this is
month,
this is
but-
what's called an honest opinion, man. That's why we go live. No bullshit here.
I think it was a good movie. I think some of the effects don't hold up as well as some other movies like in the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
but they're cool. You know what I mean? I think Adam had a big problem with the Batwing more than I did, but he also flies airplanes.
Leave it to the pilot. Yeah.
so interesting enough for me, right? I thought it was really cool, and he didn't like it at all. So
What, you mean to tell me the Batwing isn't actually aerodynamic? And no superhero in real life would ever stop saving a parade of people to fly up in front of the moon just
quick
with the angle with the
snapshot.
camera gets the shot? Yeah, do you
What's
mean to
a-
tell me that wouldn't happen
Okay.
in real life?
listen, what's
Come
a few
on.
more casualties to get a shot like that?
Right?
That's a killer
my thing
shot.
too.
That's a killer shot for sure.
Man.
I agree. Uncle Brando,
And
your
the Gatling
thoughts?
guns just weren't aligned to hit anything.
Horrible alignment.
Batman finally tries to just absolutely smoke somebody and he just misses. That's why Batman doesn't kill people. He's a bad shot. Crack the code.
He didn't sign up to do that. He realized he was so bad at killing that he was like, this could be like my
Yeah,
thing.
I'm
now.
just
Yeah.
gonna
Maybe I'll be
say
the only
I
guy to
don't.
do it different.
Yeah,
Yeah. Your thoughts on the movie, my friend, as a whole? We're
No.
giving Uncle Brando a movie review right now.
I think it's my third favorite Batman movie. My favorite
Interesting.
one is the '60s super camp Adam West.
The one I was trying to say didn't exist.
Like,
Yes.
it's just super funny. It's an old '60s pulp comic brought to life. That's why it's my favorite.
Caesar Romero as the Joker.
Yes, sir. And I think that Batman Returns I actually like a little bit more than Batman.
Is that because you're an Oswald Cobblepot fan?
No, it's because I am a Michelle Pfeiffer fan.
Ah, right.
And I love that scene where Batman takes the bundle of dynamite and just shoves it in that guy's pants and then puts him down a manhole. I was like, yeah, Batman doesn't kill anybody except for that guy or the other clown that he sets on fire with the afterburner out of his car.
Some good moves.
Man, I just like that show a lot.
We did talk about that in a review because I was looking it up, and I think there's over 80 deaths in the Batman movie.
Really?
In Michael Keaton's, and then I looked up how many were caused by Batman directly, and it was like 20 to 30 of them.
Oh yeah,
And
still a
and so
lot.
it was like the whole shtick of Batman doesn't kill anyone. Well, that's just not
Not true.
true, at least
Fake
in
news.
this rendition, because there is a lot of death. He blows up a factory, and there's all those workers
people
in
are
the
in there?
factory.
Yes, sir.
And we'd like to think that all of them were guilty of something at least.
absolutely. Well,
hopefully.
they were making drugs for the Joker that killed everybody in the city. Like they're
Yeah,
obviously, but yeah.
so hopefully there was no innocent bystanders there. But yeah,
no
there was-
chance. Nobody in Gotham is innocent. They established that in the Christopher Nolan
That's true.
franchise, which I think is a little bit overrated. Actually, I do enjoy them, but I
Hot
don't.
takes.
As a whole,
As a
I
whole,
agree
yeah.
with you. The first one, what is it? Batman Begins.
Yep.
Not a huge fan of that. Like Scarecrow is like and Bane like in the last movie. What is that? The Dark Knight Rises or whatever.
Dude.
It's like
Don't rip on Bane. That's my one guy. That's my one guy.
I didn't think there's some good lines and stuff like that, but I think the best Batman movie is just The Dark Knight, and I think it was done really well. But I think as a whole they are overrated, and I don't think it was all masterpieces like people said.
It's not to say that they're bad. They're just not these cinematic touchstones that I don't know. Like they could probably make a better Batman movie.
Yeah,
I'm realizing right now I'm sitting beside two straight up cinephiles here. I forgot how much Uncle Brando loves movies.
I like movies. I
He's
just
a
like
movie
movies,
guy too.
I just like movies that are bad.
That's
You
the
guys
problem.
wanna
That's
talk about
why.
movies
Okay,
that
now
are
I'm back to
terrible.
reality. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I knew there was a reason. I just couldn't figure out what it was. So we talked about the Batmans, and I as far as villains go, we can stick to this a little bit because I just finished saying Bane's my guy. And it's because I started quoting Bane all the time after that movie because I thought it was so funny just how his voice was. He's supposed to be this like huge Goliath who like literally breaks Batman's back. Boom, take that, crack, see you later. He's like one of the few guys that really got to Batman, you know what I'm saying? And just the lines from that movie, like, it doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. And he's just like, it's so easy.
Good impression.
It's so, and that's because I've been doing it for so long, and that's why I'm so, like, when I talk about our rider reviews with LB, our rider insider, not just the co-host of the Viewing Room with Crab Dragoon, when I talk about Bane, Sean Bane Jr., who is a member of the Riders, I've been saying forever, if you want to get people to watch the CFL again, if you want to get fans back into Riderville, put Sean Bane Jr. in a full-on Bane outfit, get him the jacket, get him the mask, have him walk out, and straight up, like, they literally have a football scene in the movie where he's talking about, are you not entertained? And he's doing his whole thing, and the ground's running behind, and
Yeah, the
Jerome
guys are
Bettis is like real football players out there. There is a football connection with Bane already. Get that carrying over and use it to promote the damn team and the league. Like, there's these cool things you can do, and I get so upset about it.
You can have him have the guy that rides the horse for the Calgary Stampeders. Some break his back.
Yeah. Or at least like a fake version of
Oh my god, just crawling with his
A WWE back break.
Totally,
kind
yeah,
of version,
exactly.
yeah.
And have him be like, you don't deserve to be on the field with us. And just like,
Yeah,
crack.
yeah, exactly.
Like his end zone sellies would be sick.
Yeehaw, indeed.
Yes, you know, like. so
How hard
I was
would it be to
born in
play
the darkness.
Football with
With a broken back,
with
really
the
hard.
Bane, with
Not
the
easy.
Bane costume on.
Not easy. But just for the intro, like just something. So that's why Bane's at the forefront of my mind. Do you have a favorite Batman villain? Starting with you, Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably say Heath Ledger's Joker, in my opinion.
Was even got like a specific.
Civic actor in the role, yeah.
But actually, if we're just going off of like just
Fun.
anything,
It doesn't have to be the best performance, or anything, just the love. Who do you love out there as far as villains
Oh,
go?
can I say Mr. Freeze?
Yeah.
I think Mr. Freeze.
Freeze.
Is pretty, yeah.
Well, you
I
gotta
think
tell us
Mr.
why.
That
Mr.
or
Explain.
Danny DeVito's Penguin. Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think just as a kid watching those movies, I was scared for some reason.
Man, it's Tim Burton, dude. He made him scary for kids. It was scary.
It was funny. Watching them when as I got older too. But I mean, I haven't seen them in years, but I do.
Very good. Who's your guy?
I like the Scarecrow, believe it or not. I thought that they did him dirty in the movies. I
They
don't-
did. Not only did they do him dirty, they horrified me with him. Like he was a creepy ass
He's so,
villain.
and you see
Yeah,
him,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
like, pre Christopher Nolan, he was like a dude in a Scarecrow suit, and he was like really cool. He got to Batman too, right? He like gave him a mental breakdown and all that.
He was
kind
in
of
his
stuff.
head, bro.
And then after Christopher Nolan, like in the Arkham City games and all that stuff, he turned into this like monster cyborg man with like hypodermic needles for fingers and stuff.
All my nightmares.
It was horrifying, and he's this terrifying villain. They just never really got an honest shot on the big screen. I think people forget about how freaking dope he is.
Dang.
Right, and in the cartoon, he was really cool. He made like a real caper out of putting scare powder into football players' helmets so that he could win at Sports Select. Right? Who else gets
just
Batman
so
to investigate Sports Select?
Could
That's
you
how
imagine
badass he
competitive
is.
sports betting with
With the
just
Scarecrow?
hallucinogens?
I'm just happy we finally got to use the word caper on this show. That was good. And not have it be about, like, do you want capers with your salmon, Ricky? You know what I mean? From the Trailer Park Boys?
No,
Very
I
well
don't-
done.
What's a caper? As
It's
far
like
as
a-
not stealing.
It's like a little thing. It's like a little nut or something. They're gross, man. I don't like capers.
That sounds gross.
Yeah. And you, like, put them on your salmon, apparently. I just learned it from the Trailer Park Boys, like everything else. They're camping in the middle.
My head hurts so bad.
That's when they're getting. That's when they're getting her going on the Mitchell while they're in the forest and they're doing some camping.
That's a caper.
Ricky's. There you go. Yeah, those are capers. Gross.
like little
yeah,
hard
disgusting.
olives.
yeah, it's
Oh
not good.
man, olives are
Ricky,
gross too.
Ricky's rocking a piss in the bushes, and then Bubbles is cooking up salmon, and he yells while the Mitchell's playing in the background. Hey, Ricky, you want capers with your salmon? Sorry, you guys see the episode. I know one guy for sure is laughing if he ever watches this. And that's my buddy, guy number one. I ask him all the time whenever there's any food. Hey, Kyle, you want any capers with that? He's like, no. So that caper is being used. It's very fun.
Speaking of food, can I ask you guys a food question?
Hell yeah.
lay it on.
So today, I was sitting at work, and I was thinking the important thoughts, as I usually do when I'm at work. And you guys know that combination peanut butter and jam spread that you can get at the store? Like
Not the actual uncrunchables. What are those called? Uncrustables?
Uncrustables. That's what those are
I don't
called.
know, it's a jar, and you open
Okay,
it
no,
up.
it's
and
not the jar. Okay.
It's peanut butter and jam, like in the same jar, together forever.
One fork, or one knife, two condiments.
Correct, exactly like that.
Okay.
Do you think in the world, because sometimes you don't get all the sweet snack food up here in Canada,
Yeah.
do you think somewhere, probably in the land of the free to the south, they have like other combinations of things that are swirled up in jars together?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like-
Ketchup and mayo
So-
together.
he's so
That's like
excited.
that's like a huge thing in the States.
But like in the same, I guess,
Oh,
container.
Would that be a
100%.
squeeze bottle?
Yeah.
100%.
And they
Yeah,
just come
pink
out like-
sauce.
That's it.
Well, that's mixed. That's mixed.
yeah,
together.
but
That's
yeah,
a new
like
sauce.
ketchup and
It's ketchup and mayo together. I think
Yeah,
we didn't even get it here. I think I
good
saw
thing.
it at the store.
for sure.
Sounds gross.
It's really good, actually.
Yeah, I don't know all the things, but they definitely have a ton of
Do
those.
you think that are good? Like I'm talking like a hazelnut spread, like a hazelnut spread, like a I don't know, some kind of marshmallow paste or something. Like
I'm sure they
you think
must.
that would
They
be
must
good?
have
Like
that.
has to exist.
It's all over
right?
the place.
'Cause
Yeah.
If it doesn't, is that like a thing Dam can do? You think?
Just start buying bulk condiments and mix them together and put them in dirty jars and give them to people.
No spreads.
Hell yeah, brother.
Spreads, man.
Freedom,
Come on now, like, can you imagine how many dollars one could make? And I'm giving this away for free. If you could just take the
Don't
gooey,
tell Network Ryan.
the gooey stuff that's on top of a cinnamon bun and just put it into a jar.
The
Like
gooey stuff on top
icing?
of the cinnamon bun is
Icing?
icing. Yeah.
They already sell icing in jars.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I ate
It's
the
not
whole
the.
thing.
Go to
it's not-
Walmart. They're
It's
everywhere.
not the same. It's not the
because
same
it's not
as
homemade.
the like gooey, like it's basically cinnamon and butter and probably sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're making icing and then you put it in a can. The difference is it's not homemade and warm on a cinnamon bun.
I will say
You
this.
go, Phenom is
Well, there's another one. See, we should be putting that up on the big screen. I wish we could. We don't have to learn more.
we'll figure that out.
Yeah. So there you go. That was it. That was
What he
the,
showed us wasn't even the thing I was thinking of. Though.
that,
That's
but that was the ketchup and
yeah,
mayo
just,
together.
they're mixed together to make some kind of really gross looking.
Okay, but
concoction.
here's the thing.
Here we go.
I think they're selling laziness, in my opinion, and that's maybe a hot
Ooh.
take. But if you want ketchup and mayo together, why would you buy a bottle of ketchup and mayo put together when you could just have ketchup and mayo that you have at your house, put them together, then you can make exactly how much you need? Because chances are you're not eating ketchup and mayo enough to have them combined like that in a jar for the next whatever, how long it's gonna last, a year and a half, and then you throw it away. It's like we have this thing in my house, okay? We buy Cheese Whiz.
yeah.
This is like way too far. But we only use the Cheese Whiz for like 3 or 4 things, and so we have it in our fridge for 3 years, and then it's just like a half empty thing of Cheese Whiz for like
Well, why don't you just eat more Cheese Whiz, my guy?
I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the best example, but you get what I'm trying to say.
I get it.
Like you can only have Cheese Whiz and celery like so many times.
Well, then put Cheese
Celery.
Whiz on like you can put it on a cracker. You can
Done
put it
that.
on a spoon and just put it in your mouth.
Done that.
You can
Raisins.
Oh, you can stir it into KD.
I do that all the time.
That's
I don't
really
use
good.
milk. I go straight up cheese whiz, baby.
Really?
Cheese whiz and
Really
the
good,
powder.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's interesting.
I'm actually, I was world famous in my past life back when I was stepdad for making my triple cheese KD.
What was the other
The
cheese?
boys, the Not Sons loved it. So it was the original powder cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the cheese whiz. And then you get the cheese slices.
Okay.
And then
Like
if you
those
want to
craft
get,
singles?
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Toss a couple of those and you take chunks, throw it in. And then the final cheese. If you really want to get crazy, which I would do every now and then, shredded cheese, like cheddar cheese on top.
Dang.
So you
Having
got
heart
3.
palpitations.
Yeah, it's
That'd
but
be-
it's so good.
That'd
Like
be
it's
4
so,
cheeses.
Well, I didn't count the powder cheese as a cheese.
Oh.
You know, because that's like a part of the
Well,
meal.
aren't 3 of those things just like different
Forms of
versions
cheese. Yeah.
of cheddar
Yeah,
cheese?
literally, exactly. That's the point. You
Yeah.
get the spreadable, you get the pliable, and then you get the shreddable.
It's a mix of textures is why that's so good.
Yeah,
Probably.
and
so it works
sodium.
very well. And I will actually put a close on this condiment talk here before we roll into the weekend. Condiment Network, Ryan. Don't be a dink. I did end up with a jar of peanut butter and a jar of strawberry jam.
Okay.
I made a couple sandwiches, and then the bread was gone.
Uh-huh.
And then I proceeded to take a spoon
Uh-huh. Yeah.
into the peanut butter,
Mhm.
dipped into the jam, and into my mouth. And I sat in front of the TV and did that for about half hour until they were both gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm realizing that that is a good thing to mix because I was literally doing the hard work, and I would have loved to just take a spoon of one container instead of two.
Man, like if I may say, I think that the worst part of any sandwich, bread. Bread is the worst. Like bread is a delivery vehicle for things that you actually want to eat. If I could eat a hamburger without a bun, absolutely I would.
What?
Absolutely. I
a
would
pretty
never
common
eat
thing
bread.
now.
I would never eat bread. And I'm not going to replace it with lettuce either. There's somebody out there saying, oh, I'm going to get them wrapped in lettuce. No! Much worse than a bun. Lettuce worse than
vegetables.
bun.
He hates vegetables.
Especially lettuce. Man, if I
That's
could
interesting.
exterminate lettuce, I would. Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. The point is, I
Don't
think
start 'em.
if you just take the jam and the peanut butter, you mix it in a bowl, there's the lazy, right? 'Cause you don't want to dirty two things.
Yeah.
Eat it. It's delicious.
Okay. It made me feel better. I felt a lot of shame after when
don't.
the jar was empty.
But how do you feel shame about that? But the time you told us you ate an entire ice cream cake, you were like, yeah, that's what I did.
And like on Monday when you told me you had 2 pies before bed.
How does he do it? The slimness and the trimness of
No,
this man
guys,
is ridiculous.
Make no mistake. There's a sacrifice that goes along with all this. I don't eat a thing until 8:30 p.m. Nothing. So I'm fasting all day. So when I come off that fast, nothing's safe. I ate another great example here as we
Okay, but
get so
also,
close to the
hold
weekend.
on a second. Is 3 energy drinks considered fasting?
Only one. I had 2 coffees and an energy drink. Thank you very much.
And coffee is like empty calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a true. It's not a true. Like I don't do a true fast because I allow like some things. Obviously, it's supposed to be just like coffee and water. Like I'll have my energy drink. I'll have this or that. But last night I was weak. I was weak in the knees as I had run out of food, and I was hungry, and I was doom scrolling through the delivery services.
Oh no.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
And my
Here
old
comes.
girlfriend came calling back to me.
Wendy.
No, that's my mom, dude.
No, I thought like the Wendy's hamburger girl, man. Come
That
on.
Wendy. Okay, that's fair.
Ronald McDonald, his old girlfriend.
No,
Ronald
I used to
McDonald.
work in a past life at Pizza Hut.
Oh no.
Shout out to Pizza Hut. Love Pizza Hut. To the point where I would make the Big New Yorker. It was my go-to, and I've told this story before, but it deserves to be retold. I would set up a Big New Yorker. Someone would order one. I would do it exactly how I wanted it to be made, which had the garlic all over the crust, and on top of that, the spices and all the different things. And then I'd put it into the grill or into the cooker. And I'd say, oh, no, I messed that one up. Sorry, guys. Don't worry, I'll get another one. Then I'd do the right one. And then that one would come through, and off we go. I'd have my Big New Yorker. And one day I came in, and I was a little bit medicated when I was in there. And I messed up my pizza like I tend to do. And then I took it to the back and ate the entire 16-inch Big New Yorker. And then that made me sick, and then I got to go home early. It's a good lesson in what not to do at work.
Huh.
Back when I was very, like high school, working at Pizza. But because of that relationship, I fell in love with the Big New Yorker. Last night, as I'm scrolling for something to find to eat, I come across the Big New Yorker. And boy, oh boy, I couldn't have tapped faster. And not only that, once I got in there, it's like, you're telling me I can get a deal if I order one of those giant cookies with it? So I'm like, okay, well, I'll get a giant cookie. And then I realized, wait a minute, they have Ben and Jerry's ice cream at Pizza Hut? Well, I'll get a s'mores ice cream. There's no way I'll eat all of that in one night. Thank God I'll have enough for tomorrow, and then I can, make my way through the weekend. And as the night progressed, one slice left, 2 slices left, half the ice cream, half of the chocolate chip cookie. And then the rest of it went. And all I have left to show for my adventures last night is one piece of my Big New Yorker pizza. All the ice cream gone. All the chocolate chip cookie gone.
The one I fed Brando an hour ago.
I have no pizza left. Everything's gone. It's so sad. But that feeling of just self-hatred after you complete an assignment like that.
I think it's a magnificent task at the end of the day.
Yeah,
The reason I bring it up is because you go through the whole day without eating. So that's how you can sort of keep it down, because your body is expecting this like crazy feed about to go down. And so the crazy feed goes down because you're eating like for a full day's worth of food. So you can eat the whole cookie, you can eat all the ice cream, and you can eat almost the whole Big New Yorker and still come out relatively unscathed, as long as you are very good at keeping your routine of not eating till 8 or 8:30 every day.
I
That's
hate
the
that.
lesson.
Fair enough.
I would never do it.
It's
Can't
weird.
do
It's not for everyone.
No.
Not for
Good
everyone
stuff.
anyway. You look good though. Just wanted you to know that. You look great too.
Oh, thanks.
Anything else anyone's got going on? I know you're sidewalk slamming this weekend. Network
Yeah,
Ryan talked about it earlier.
Yeah, we're sidewalk slamming. Oh, and I have a BBO on the CCOYTC to film this week. My special collector edition box did come in.
Nice.
So I'm going to film myself opening that. It's hard because I have all these ideas that I want to run by you guys and stuff, but
you
like,
want to keep it secret.
but I refuse. Yeah. I refuse. 'Cause I figure if I can make you laugh as like an outside talent that doesn't really know all the ins and outs of magic,
Yeah.
and I can make Ryan laugh as somebody who's always like a stickler for quality and making sure that I'm not being
Two birds
lazy.
stoned at once right there.
If I can make you guys laugh, it's awesome. But
Yeah.
like, I also have nobody to like share my ideas with and be like, this is gonna be so funny. So I'm like, yeah, Brando, that's gonna be super funny.
And unfortunately, you keep building up all of the expectations as we get closer to it.
Yeah, I know.
I see what you're saying.
I know, and it's hard, and I'm gonna exceed them because like I'm not an idiot. I know how to build things. I can do a promo. Never promise what you can't deliver. But it's just
That's my
I don't
guy.
know. So I'm excited for this weekend. I got lots of recording to do. It's gonna be lots of work, but all kinds of good work.
Lots of fun. I always say it's not work when it's in here. It feels like it is. This right now is never work. The only time it feels like work is when we're in the when I'm in the booth editing.
Or when Ryan's here.
And promos. Or when Ryan's here.
Or Ryan's around. Yeah.
Dragon, what do you got going on? I'm going to go turn on the transmitter here. What's going on this weekend in Dragonville?
Got some good work to do this weekend and some editing stuff. And then I guess we have a new episode of The Viewing Room coming out Tuesday.
Can we say what movie you're watching this time?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Which one?
The original.
OG. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
OG Ghostbusters.
So we talked a lot about that movie and its star-studded cast and how well it holds up. And,
Who's your favorite Ghostbuster? Sorry.
Oh, they would end all
it's
this.
got to be Bill Murray. Or no, actually, sorry. My actual favorite is Winston Zedmore.
I was going to call you out. You're lucky.
There it
You're
is.
lucky.
But
He was very adamant
in the
about
first in the first movie, talking strictly the first movie, Bill Murray is my favorite.
that. Is it Peter Venkman?
Peter Venkman, yeah, favorite Ghostbuster. In the first movie, but in the second movie, it's Winston Zedmore.
Man, you wouldn't even know he was in the movie. Like, did you ever see like the original poster?
Look at his face light up. Look at this. They talked about it.
We're gonna because I looked it up because I was
Yeah.
like they did my boy dirty.
Oh yeah, they
Very
did.
interesting.
It's because Eddie Murphy was gonna play the part, and then what's his name?
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson got hired, and then they were like, okay, well, Bill Murray needs more screen time, and so they just shoehorned Ernie Hudson in because Eddie Murphy wouldn't do it. So they like cut him out of the first couple scenes, of the writing. Yeah, we'll watch the episode Tuesday. It's gonna be there in the morning.
It's a very
Watch
interesting conversation. You guys go very in depth with that. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, because we did the research.
It was cool.
And yeah, so that's a little fun fact. Eddie Murphy was supposed to play Winston Zedmore. It went to Ernie Hudson instead, and they were like, cut his screen time.
Eddie Murphy was too busy partying all the time.
That's a good fact. We are way.
Phenom, let's play us out, brother. Did you guys get that joke? Anyone? Anyone ever listen to the song Party All the Time?
No.
My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time,
Oh, yeah.
party all the time. That's Eddie Murphy.
Is it really?
It's a banger, yeah. Gets no respect. He gets Rodney Dangerfield hard for that. And I don't understand why.
I don't
You
know.
know?
Is Eddie Murphy even funny when he's not playing a donkey?
That's
am I-
for another show.
Am I alone in asking that question?
Have
Like,
you
that
seen
one?
Raw?
Have you seen Delirious or whatever?
Delirious.
that
People
one's
say his
called?
stand-up is next to none, like his specials.
Yeah, Delirious was pretty crazy. I watched that as a kid. And my
You
mom-
gotta watch Raw now, and like from today's eyes, and
Nah,
then
good luck.
yeah, I
That does
can't
not
do that
transcend.
anymore.
No.
And I don't know, I just never got it. The whole like cave woman with the bone,
Not
and
good.
not
Yeah.
my thing. Not my thing.
That's true.
Even when I
It
was
doesn't
just small.
age well. It's
No.
comedy that doesn't all translate.
To all of the guests that have been through the studio this week, including our buddy Brooksy, Network Ryan, Crab Dragoon, Uncle Brando, the Phenom. Phenom, give me a wave here. Hit 3 and give us a wave just so everyone knows you're still alive. There you see, still a hand. Great job. As well to my man Pete from the Great Fuss, who is going to be at the 3 Hall tonight.
Hell yeah.
6 to 9, and then they're playing a show there as well tomorrow night. Be sure to check them out. Our friends in Bloom Entertainment as well. Thank you to them. Ryan, Network Ryan, as well as Coach Mazer Ryan. Thank you for them showing up. CTV's Matt Young, another great job with him. And we've done a lot, man. Thank you to everybody. It's been a great week, and we look forward to another one coming up very, very soon. Until that point, remember, karma, very, 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 very real. And if you're asking yourself, why does this jabroni always say that at every show? It's because I truly believe it. Karma, just be real, man. Go out, do good things, have good things happen to you. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's so simple, and people can't really gather their heads around it. I don't know why. Just be a good person, and then stuff like this will happen to you. That's what I'm trying to say when we end the show every time.
Well said.
All right, anything else?
Bye, everyone.
You guys were great. Have an awesome weekend. We're going to have a little sidewalk slam around here tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Play the fingers.
We're playing right now. I forgot to tell you guys. How long do you think you'll hold this for? I went a little early.
I keep going.
It's so
Okay,
good. Don't
good.
stop. Don't stop. We love you all. Take care and be safe. Go Riders. They're playing football.
No, they're not.
Oh, it's a bye week.